Hello and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, we are on day 22, and today, after a few more days in which the house remained quiet, Mr. Brundle finally pulled his Ford motor car onto the driveway of Crafty Hall. So remember, yesterday we had the letters, and I sat and fussed with this for a little bit and got it loose enough that by putting one in the bottom pocket and one in the top pocket, it fits just fine. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm happy with that. And then today we're going to build on the back. And I was thinking, hindsight, I should have done just one tag per day, but that would have given me 30 pieces plus, you know, but that's okay. All right. And in today's ephemera, we have the car piece. We have this beautiful paper here, and we have our bits. So then I pulled an image of a man with a briefcase. And so this man is a different man than what I have in my case file. Okay, so this is this Mr. Brundle. But you know what I'm thinking? Is it's winter, it's getting cold, and he has a full beard and he's wearing a hat because many men grow out their beards in the winter. So he looks a little different in this photo. So that's where I'm going with that to make, because I like this with him carrying the case. And so today we don't learn what's in his case because he's just really tired from the trip. And so he's going to get some rest once he gets settled in at Crafty Hall. I do have what I hope to be a fun spin today though. So moving on. Okay, I do love this paper. And I saw, oh, what was her name? She was the day for today's video, the 21st. Her video, she printed these in black and white, and oh my gosh, all the pages are so cool in black and white. So it was like, it never occurred to me to build something with, black and white focus. I have no focus. It is, what time is it? It's very late in the afternoon. It's 3:09 and I'm literally just getting started. It's been another long day. Okay, so what was I saying? Anyway, whatever her name is, Nikki's Crafty Corner or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, she did just her take on today, the 21st, and the project that she made, super cool. So if you haven't seen that, I encourage you to go over and check out her channel. Okay, so he has come up the driveway. So let's see what background pieces that we have. If any of these are like, maybe a driveway, but I think they're all more wallpaper-y. So we don't really have a driveway background, but that's okay. So what we're going to do though, is I'm going to have a little bit of play. Hopefully you can see because I sat down. I'm so tired today. So we have this little lady. I can't do it. I have this little lady, and she's so cute because she's going to be peeking out the attic window. She's going to say, who's this good-looking guy pulling up in his fancy car? I want to know who that is. So that's where we're going to go with today's story. Did I say welcome to my channel? I don't think I did. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, again, thank you for your continued support. We are literally overflowing. I cannot get these in here. I'm trying not to damage them. I have to work on the box. I thought I was going to be in here today. My glasses broke, you guys. I had lost a screw. Apparently I had a screw loose. But anyway, maybe a few if you knew me. So I had to go get new glasses. Just readers from Walmart. But anyway, so we were gone again most of the morning, so I didn't get in here like I had intended. And so it's just a little bit late for me to be getting started. And Mark said, did you film today? And I said, no, I haven't yet. And I need to so that I have one up for the morning of the 22nd, and he's mowing. So I said, I'm just going to go up and try to stay simple today. We'll see how well that works. What I think I want to do is I want this to have a little bit of dimension, and I'm going to cut out the center here because I want her face to show in the window. And I think, yeah, that's going to be way too big of a piece. Okay, so I want her face to show in that window, and she's going to be watching out the window. So I think what I want to do is do our background here. Build this into the background where she's behind it. And have her like looking out, and then he's coming up in his car. However we work that. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. I'm trying to work it out in my head, because when I came up here, I had no idea what I was going to do. So I will be back when I get a little bit of this worked out and kind of get a better plan. I'm still working my way through this. So I had this cathedral window. It was already in the package with the die. And so I just cut part of it off because I like the shapes. And even though this design isn't in this, it's not going to matter because I'm cutting that out. Because I want this to be like, I don't know where I did my lady. She's not back there. So I'm going to cut this out of the middle. Then I'm just going to use my craft knife for that. Carefully cut that out. And then I'm going to flip it over and center that kind of where I want it. And trace on the back that design. So then I know I need to cut it. Is that what I want to do? Because I was thinking I want this to sit on top and her to be behind. So there's a little bit of dimension. So I think I need to rethink that. But I cut that off because I thought, well, she's peeking out the window. So this could be what she's seeing from inside. So I need to do something with this piece here. And I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with it yet. It's just, I think it's just white cardstock. I got this die from somebody else, and so this was just in there like somebody else had already cut a piece. So I'm going to ink it and distress that some. I'm probably going to use maybe some, well, why don't we just do it instead of talk about it? Because then that gives me a minute to think about what I want to do with the other bit there and how I want to work that window. And it doesn't help that I'm very, very tired again today. So I will, this will probably be a relatively short video. And I say relatively because it may, oh, I don't have one on either of these. Oh, okay. But, because I don't really know what I'm doing. How about put the knife away? And we just ate lunch. We had a late lunch too. And I'm like so full. So full. All right, so this is my oxide. And I'm using my oxide first because I want it to be water reactive for sure. And I'm thinking I have this in spray. So maybe I want to do the spray. Well, you can't see that on there. Where's a piece of black scrap? Don't think I want to do that either though. Oh, I was hoping this would give me like more of a stone look or a weathered look. It's okay, we're gonna go with it. And if I don't like it, I'll either paint it or splatter it or something. So let's see. I don't think you're gonna be able to see that at all, but let's see what happens. Let me let that set for a second. And then just take my napkin. Okay, so that's not going to do even remotely close to what I want it to do. Well, I haven't played with this Lost Shadow very much because it is such a light color. So let's just take, oh, that was really unsmart. I just put oxide all over the top of my ink pad. So there, that's gonna give us a little bit more of a dark color. Okay, well, maybe now we'll just go over that with a little bit of black soot. I hope I didn't just ruin that ink pad. I'm sure I didn't, but I wouldn't have, I typically try to keep my inks and oxides separately, but my one friend, she goes, I don't, I just use the same dauber for everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't do that. So I just want to maybe go over that a little bit like that. Maybe I should start with black and then come back with the Lost Shadow. Let me play with this for a minute. So I just went over it a couple more times with the ink and the oxide. And it seems like it gave it a little bit more. I mean, it's not white anymore. And I don't want it super bright, I mean super dark, but I want it to look like the paint is like weathered and worn. And I mean, that's a pretty stark difference in the colors. So I think it's good. I'm gonna go with it. And then I'm sitting here second guessing myself with my thought process and what I'm attempting to accomplish. And I'm telling myself, just stick with it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fun. Just stick with it. So I need a piece that is wide enough. Okay, perfect. I'm trying to use my scraps from cutting the tags because the tags leave me with pieces like this, and so I'm needing to use them up because I don't want to have a ton of scraps. So okay, so let me think about composition on my, oh my gosh, I've got to clean up. No, I didn't yet. Okay, so that's gonna go there, that's gonna go there. And this is what I'm thinking, is that this is going to have this as the backdrop, right? And then what will happen is, I wish that was just a little bit bigger, so I may do something a little bit differently with that. But that's what we're going to see outside the window. So like this is her view from inside the window. And then what we are going to see is like her peeking out the window. She'll be under there looking out the window. My glue is still pretty wet on that, so I'm hoping it will cut and be okay as far as that goes. I'm a little concerned with my plan on that tag with that window because it is, I need a new blade. It is a little bit too short. So this piece actually may be the solution to that problem. I was trying to think of a way to darken that, but that's part of why I wanted to put it on black as well. So maybe the top of that window is obscured, the view is obscured somehow. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't worked that out in my head yet, but okay. So that's where hopefully that scored. It didn't, but I'll just keep working that. And just be careful when you're cutting and just make sure you take your time, that your knife doesn't slip so you don't cut yourself. This is 4 layers of book page. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 4 layers of book page plus the layer of the actual digital that's all glued together. So now we have that, and that's gonna look, close your knife. It's gonna look really fun. Just gonna ink the inside of that so we don't have that white edge there. Yeah. And then what I could do, is that what I want to do? Maybe. I'm thinking about how I want to center this. So, okay, this is my backdrop, and I need to do my corners here. So let's get the corners torn off. And I don't know if you're new, I've just been kind of winging it. And sometimes it roughs up the edges of my tag. So I do try to be mindful of that and be careful because I don't really want my tag torn. But it happens. It happens. And it kind of just goes with the grunginess that I'm trying to go for on these. And I was thinking still on some of the pieces, I may want to go back and add some more splatter and whatnot. So that's gonna go there. Then this window, that's not the piece I was going to use. Even though that would fit, I want to use as a piece, a better piece, because then I can hinge this somehow, because we still have to have room for him too. But this is going to be a solid piece. Okay, I have 3 phone a friends out, so hopefully somebody will answer me soon, because I have a question about my lady in the attic window. So here's my solution for that tag not being big enough. So I cut out so I glued this down, and I just cut the middle out, because she's gonna be like, hey, how you doing, cutie pie, coming up the driveway? And so I just used that piece to fill this in, because it's close enough in color, and I think it'll be okay. So I'm just cutting around that again, and then I can ink the edges of this and then glue it to my black cardstock. So yeah, that's where I'm at here. This little tag wasn't tall enough, and I didn't want to reprint the whole sheet at a bigger size just to fix that solution. And see, and I think it'll be okay. I think it's going to be absolutely fine. You're not even going to notice that I did that. So I'm just inking around this with, I haven't been doing black ink, but okay. So I like it. I think it's going to be really fun. And that's what you would see if you were looking at one of these windows. So I need this piece isn't wide enough to have a hinge. And I keep hinging everything. And I was thinking, well, maybe I'll hinge it at the bottom so it's like a flip down. But I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. That would be something a little different. I could even do it at the top. If I do it at the top, then you would see what she's looking at. We could do the case file piece, wherever it is, our word on the front with a pull tab, and then we'll pick that up and we'll see the car on that tag and somehow work Mr. Brundle in. That's what I think we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm thinking, look at me again. Okay, so I'm telling you guys, I'm really trying. I truly, it just comes out. I have, this is a scrap that I've cut. It's going to be a hinge at the top because I haven't been doing very much from the top, right? So this is going to get glued here. This will flip up like this. We're going to have this window on the inside, and Mr. Brundle is going to be a tuck, right? And I'm going to glue this in such a way that he's going to go all the way over, and then whatever tab I put on him is the tab we're going to see from this side that's going to give us the piece to pull that up. But I want to get this glued down so that way I can kind of cut this in the shape of the cathedral, I think, because I have this, and I'm just thinking, you know, if that's on a shape like this, then it won't need as much to embellish it. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And I have this little piece, and I think it's a really cute little piece to use as a tombstone. So I definitely don't want to lose that. But I have to get all these parts figured out because I can't glue her down. She's like, hey, can't get her glued down until I get this piece glued down. And I don't want to glue that piece down until I make certain of that shape that I want to do. I did think about putting that on the front. What if I put that on the front and then this flips up and we see her and she's like, hey cutie, this goes down there and then Mr. Brundle's here. Okay, so I'm not great at cutting a straight line, which we all know, but I have my piece cut and I've left it open to be a little tuck there. See, there. And let's see. So now I have to glue this here and I have to get it right. Hopefully it's centered well enough. So I'm just putting some glue on my flap. And I'm going to do what with this? Go from this side and make sure I'm where I want that to be. And hoping, fingers crossed, hold my tongue just right. Oh, don't move it. Don't move it. And it's art glitter glue, so we have such a small window to be able to move that. Okay, so that flips up. And now we can get her glued down. And I think I'm just gonna use this art glitter glue. I've been trying to use like glue stick on these backgrounds, but I think that this is fine. I've got to get done. I'm needing to go take a load off for sure. All right, so let's get this glued down. Watching me glue, I'm super exciting, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna get this lined up how I want it. I just love her. I love her. Put your head down, sister. All right. So she's like, ooh la la, look at that car. What is going on? Who is that good looking man coming up that driveway? All right. So he's going to go in there. Go all the way over, Mr. Brundle. He may need to be trimmed down, won't he? Yeah. He's going to have to be trimmed down some. Don't really care if he shows from this side. I just don't want him to show from this side. So let's see what we can do with that. Maybe we'll just come in here and trim him like that. And I was going to see if I could find his name on something and give him a little label or a nameplate or something, but we know this is who this is. So maybe that's one of those details I can come back in later and add. Maybe. Okay. It's gonna rain. It's getting kind of weird looking outside. I don't know. Oh, there we go. So now we can't see him from the other side, but we can put a little pull tab on here. And then we can just pull him out of there and be like, hey, what's up, man? Maybe this way? Maybe a little bit of that? Not that full width, but I got to be mindful of what's going to show on this side. So I'll get that figured out. Okay, you guys. Oh, I forgot a tab. We're not done. Okay, now I'm done. I still don't have a label on him, but I will find one and know that I need one. So we have, after a few more days in which the house remained quiet, Mr. Brundle finally pulled his Ford car onto the driveway of Crafty Hall. So I have a little bit of cheesecloth here, and we have a bat flying out because Mr. Brundle's car is disturbing everybody. So that's on there. And then we pull this up, and we have the car through the window, and Mr. Brundle's in there. And then we have her going, ooh la la, who dat, coming up the driveway. Okay, so that's the extent of my silliness today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And thank you again for all the wonderful, kind comments, the likes, the thumbs up, the new subscribers. It's just been so amazing. And I'm just very, very grateful to all of you for being so supportive. So I'm going to go ahead and allow this to fully dry and pull Mr. Brundle out because that's wet. I want to make sure everything's dry, and then we can put him in the bin. I am thinking about maybe coming in with some like stickles or something on the bat just to give him a little bit of boom. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But on some of these pieces, like I said, I still feel like I need to come back and do some more work to them. And I will. I just need to have the time. So like today, I feel like I'm just trying to get this video filmed so I can get it uploaded so you guys will have it in the morning. And then tomorrow we start playing with the equipment, which is going to be really fun. Oops, did I say that? Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. And then, yeah, so then we'll be coming up on the conclusion of the story pretty quickly. So I don't know, I have mixed emotions about that. Filming every day has been a lot of work, but I've really enjoyed the story and enjoyed so much interaction from you guys. But I have to start considering my Christmas in July project and figuring out what I'm doing there, which I thought I had it all figured out. And then I got another idea, so I have to figure that out. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Bye.